Okay, I think there's 3 chickens in here. I think you guys could move over to the open nest box. That'd be great. I think there's a ton of broodies. So this was back in May. We had 3 broody Indio Gigante hens in 1 nest box. A broody hen is a hen that is set on hatching out eggs, and she stops laying eggs completely during that time until she hatches out chicks. Not something we want from one of our breeding flocks. Stop being broody. No, no. No! Ow! What are you doing? Kitty. Kittens are getting real close to 2 months old, and they've been having fun here in our mudroom. So we've been having a big issue with broody hens. I have this issue every year, but this year it just seems like everybody's been broody all season. We've got our Indio Gigante flock right here. Yeah, there's a chicken in there right now. I think she's probably broody. Let me go ahead and get that egg. Yeah, she's probably broody. So we posted a short a while ago about our I Am Shamani chickens and how we had 1 hen that just continued to be broody week after week, month after month. So we're gonna try one of your suggestions, put an ice pack underneath it. Ice pack fits perfectly in there. So it took an extra week after we tried the bag of ice, the pack of ice, but finally our 3rd I Am Shamani hen is no longer broody. Well, we've got the same thing going on here in the Indio Gigante flock. We've got 6 hens, 1 rooster, and we need these eggs. We collect these eggs to breed them, to sell them. We can't have them all broody. People will just say, just give them something to hatch out. Well, we've got 4, maybe 5 of the 6 that are broody right now, and we need them laying eggs. This is our Indio Gigante coop. Initially they were in the coop where the ducks are now, and we swapped them to bring the Indio Gigantes over here, and we took one of their nest boxes. We had 2 nest boxes in here, so we need to do a whole overhaul of this coop. They need a roosting bar, we need more nest boxes, and so we're gonna work on that this next week. I can do a roosting bar right now, but I want to show you these hens. So these Indio Gigante hens, you'll see some don't have a lot of feathers. Some of that has to do with the breed. These more vertical breeds, the ones that stand up straight, they seem to not carry a lot of feathers. They're also broody all the time, and broody hens will pull their feathers to keep their body warmth against the eggs. We've got these 4 hens in this coop, and we've got 1 that I just showed you in that coop. I think they're all broody. You guys gave us a lot of great suggestions when we made that post about the I Am Shamani hen. We used an ice pack, which not super easy to use and bring it out here, but we've been trying to separate these 4 hens for weeks on end, and then we'll let them out. They'd be broody again, and so it's just not solving our problem. So this week, I need to solve the problem of getting these hens to quit being broody. I think that's gonna start with the nest box, but let's get to work on that. Right now, I'm gonna let them out. One, I wanna see if they're still broody. I think they still are gonna be broody, but I wanna show you what they act like at night when they're in this coop, when they all pile in the nest box because they all wanna sit on eggs. It's just crazy. So that's why I wanna get a roosting bar in there for them. So let's see if we can get them out of the nest box, get them onto the roosting bar, get them some better nesting boxes, see if we can fix this problem. I haven't been gone 5 minutes. And they're all piling in. Look at this. They're all starting to pile in. So right over here, they need a bar that they can roost on at night. They want a place in the evenings at night to be able to get off the ground and sleep. And if they don't have a place, they end up just getting on top of this nest box over here. They won't just pile up on the ground. They'll get on top of something to sleep on. So that's why we need to have this roosting bar here. So this is just like 1.5 by 1.5 inch pole that they can get up on, get off the ground. If you can do curved edges, that's great for their feet, but this will do just fine. They'll be able to curve their feet around it and get on it. We'll check in on them tonight on this. And these ladies, oh, they're gonna be a problem. Come on. Stop being broody. Gotta stop. Stop, stop, stop. Go, 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 go. Go. Ow. Stop. Stop. As soon as I leave, they're just gonna go right back in that box. Gotta figure out something. All right. So we've got our roosting bar. We've got 2 hens over here. Got our rooster and a hen here, and then check it out. We've got 3 hens in the nesting box here. Wow, this is crazy. 1, 2, 3. All right, well, starting tomorrow, we're gonna have to work on this because this is too much. We're gonna check on the Indio Gigantes today. I see most of them running around. All right, so over here in the box, there's 3 over here. At this point, I gotta treat everyone as broody. One might be trying to lay an egg. So I'm gonna grab one at a time. We're gonna do a couple step process here. One, we're gonna dip in water every day, try to cool their body off. We're gonna move them into another coop, and then we will continue to dip them in the water each day to see if we can get them to lay eggs. When they lay eggs in the other coop, then we'll know that they're done being broody. And then we'll do something to their box basically not let anyone lay in it for now until we get our new nesting boxes in, to keep anyone from sitting on eggs. They're just gonna have to lay an egg somewhere else. Now we'll just have to see what they do. If there's a broody one, it's not gonna be able to be broody in that box. If they lay eggs, it's either lay inside or outside, so we'll just have to track down eggs. Yeah, that should work, you think?
I think.
I guess they can't get in there. They should start using this roosting bar. You saw last night a few were still sitting on there, so hopefully they start moving over to here. They stop using that nesting box, and then we'll be able to build a nice little nesting box section right here as soon as that comes in. That stuff's already on the way. So we've got our 5-gallon bucket of water here. Usually not too crazy of a process, but sometimes getting them in initially can be a little shock to their body, but we're gonna hold her in for about a minute. The whole theory behind this is that it cools off their body, doesn't make them want to warm up eggs, sit on eggs, makes them uncomfortable, and then we'll move them right into the other coop so they can't go back to the nesting box. Okay, can you dip that one in the water? Down. There its neck there. Hold it down. All right, so Uriah's got broody hen number 2 in here. They're not too happy with us, but we're not too happy with them right now either. Put it on in there. All right, then let's go get another one if there's another one in there. All right, there you go. All the way down in there. There you go. All right, so this is broody hen number 3. It's going down in the water. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, that's why you gotta keep your hands over those wings. All right, so that's 3 so far. We gotta see if another one ends up being, because we had 4 broodies before, so maybe even 5. So right now they'll dry off in here. We've got food and water in here. We're gonna do this every day this week, and we have to block off their nesting box. So we make sure that nobody else goes broody or stays broody. And then we'll just have to find their eggs wherever they lay.
Number 2. Gigante.
This is day 3 of our broody hens. All right, that's day 4 dipping the broody chickens.
Bella, go get the egg.
Yay! This is day 5 with our Indio Gigantes. So we got 3 of them in here, and they've had the nest box blocked off for the main flock. They've had 1 egg a day from them, and we've got our first egg in here. So that's great news. Somebody's not broody if they're laying an egg, and so our nest box is coming in tomorrow. So I'm hoping to get them all broken of their broodiness over the next day or 2. So we've got to keep soaking them for now, but one of them is hopefully back to normal. All right, it's day 6. No eggs today. Gonna dip them one more time. We've got our nest box coming in this afternoon. I'm excited for that. So our nest box arrived. We're gonna open this up and put it together. I'm assuming we need to, since it's pretty narrow. So yeah, let's check it out.
What are you doing?
Making a nest box.
A nest box.
A nest box.
Nest box.
That's right.
Oh, nest box.
That's right. All right, I got the hen gear nest box all put together. I've got these brackets hanging up here that I can hang it up on. So let's see if this will support it, and this will work for our nest box right here. All right, so my initial attempt, it puts it a little low. It's hanging just off the ground, off that. Let me put a few more boards up so I can get a little higher up off the ground. All right, so we've got the hen gear nest box all put together and mounted up here. I like it. It's a good foot off the ground now, secured to the side with a couple more boards. Let's give you a little tour of it. It'll be nice and dark in there. They can come through here. When we used to have them in the duck coop, we had the same thing. We had to pin up the flaps to get them to come in, and then once they started using it, it was no big deal. They'd start going in there. Just got to show them where you want them to lay the eggs. So we'll initially have to bring them in here. We've got a fake egg that's pinned down. The whole area is tilted down. So they'll lay the egg, it'll roll down to the bottom. We can put this bar here to block them from going in if we ever need to do that. And then we're able to open this area up, and and then the eggs should come in right down here and be sitting here at the bottom. So it should be really nice. They won't be able to sit on them. Hopefully that keeps them from getting broody as well, because they won't have eggs to sit on. Let's go dip our chickens in the water one more time, and then we'll let them out, see if they're still broody after it's been a week. All right, so we've done 7 days of dipping these chickens in water, and I can't tell if they're still broody or not. There's no nest box in here, so I don't know if they're wanting to sit on eggs still. They may still, and then we'll have to figure out something else or keep separating them out longer. But I might as well put them back out there, let them all learn about the new nest box, and see if they'll start to lay eggs again, because we really could use some eggs from these guys. So throughout this video, you're gonna see this trap over here in the corner. We use a lot of rescue products. That includes Japanese beetle traps that we're currently using to catch Japanese beetles here on the farm. They also have this 5-gallon bucket fly trap, and we've been using it here in this Indio Gigante coop because there are a lot of flies in here. Let me show you how we make it, and then let's feed some flies to the chickens. All right, so all we need to do this, we've got our bucket fly trap lid. We've got a reusable pop fly trap here. We've got the lure that goes inside of that. And then we've got a 5-gallon bucket. So we need to get our lure ready. So this bottle right here, we took the lid off, and then we're gonna take our fly bait right there. We're gonna drop it in. Then we're gonna fill this about halfway up in water. Get it right here to the fill line. We're gonna take our lid, we're gonna screw the bottle on the bottom part of it, and the lid will screw on top. And we open that up and pop this on top of our 5-gallon bucket. And just like that, now we have a 5-gallon fly catching trap ready to go, and it can be reused over and over again. The flies will catch the scent, and they'll come in here. Some of them will go into the bottle, and that's totally fine. It'll just add to the smell that will attract them in. And then the rest of the flies will be inside. They'll come right in through, and they'll end up dying right inside this bucket, and we'll be able to feed them to the chickens here in the next week. So what I really love about these traps, really simple to use. There's no poison, it just attracts them in from the scent. Able to feed them to our chickens, able to reuse them over and over again all throughout the season. And I love that Rescue is a US company. They have their headquarters and R&D all in Washington State. That's pretty cool. All right, well, we're going around collecting all of our flies this morning. Gosh, I wish I could get all of them into there. There's so many here on top. Oh, there's a lot in there. Okay, I'm gonna let them die. There's probably 100 flying around inside there. Same back here, and you see this? Look at that. So there are a ton of flies inside of this part, and that's just gonna keep attracting more flies. But here inside the bucket, got a good amount of dead ones here at the bottom. I've got these fly traps all over. I've got them in the horse barn. I've got them in the cow barn. This one here is just in our garage. And then we've got our Indio Gigante coop here. All right, so some water got in there. And well, we probably have about 100 flies here. Let's go feed this to the main flock over here. All right, so I see that they've taken care of all the flies. The cool thing is I can now put the traps back, reset them. I can still use the same odor in the middle to lure them in. Really cool traps from Rescue. Wow, they took care of those flies in no time. There is nothing left. That is an awesome way to get rid of a lot of flies here on the farm. Somebody's either roosting here or they're crawling in. I don't know. Let's see what's going on. No, still just roosting. Hey, all right. So we've had this in here for about a week. We've put the hens in a few different times. They have some suggestions for how to train the birds to it, to put some nesting material back there so they get comfortable with this. And then to pin these up so they'll go in. That's something we'll keep trying to work with them, but at least one of the hens is in here laying, so that's awesome. Well, they're starting to use it. We got 2 in here now, and there's no broody hens. That is awesome. What are you guys doing?
We're making a frog in here so it doesn't get out. And we want the grass.
Okay, grass. Is a frog in there?
Yeah.
Can I see him? Wow. All right, so you're making a big fort for the frog?
Yes.
All right. We just mowed all in the bird areas, so they are playing with grass. Over here in the Indio Gigante house, still a lot of flies. But, oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. All right, well, they got this nesting box down. Fortunately, the Chamanis are broody again. Here we have a broody hen. Hey. Hey. As soon as I take care of one problem, another one comes back.